Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start this video by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Salutation, peace, and blessings to the hopeful elect, those who are waiting upon Yahushai, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability, pushing forward the word whether people hear or forbear. Alright, so let's get into it. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. So let's start off with Romans 9 and 19. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who had resisted his will? So at the end of the day, yes, no one is able to resist the will of the Lord. Everything happens according to his will, according to the ways according to the way he wanted it to happen. Okay, so as in let's say in a movie, when you're shooting a movie, there's a director, there's actors, there's there's all sorts of role to play in the creation of a movie. But again, the director has the last say. He directs. He chooses what stays on and what stays, and what to take off from the movie, So the same way a director has control over the from the beginning to the end of the movie, the same way Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai directs this movie we call life. From the decisions that we make, from the weather, from judgment, from people dying, from things. Everything comes from above, man. Right? So it says a man cannot receive nothing unless it comes from on high. Your position, your job, whatever you have comes from the Lord. Whatever happens unto you comes from the Lord. All right. So everything that happens on earth has already been decided on in the heavens. All right, by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, because He is the director. So again, who had resisted His will? No one. But nay, O man, who art thou to reply against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? So again, you can't, the wicked can look at the Lord and be like, why'd you create me? The wicked have their purpose. Why'd you create us like this? No, you have your purpose on the earth. Be the wicked. That's why I created you. Be the wicked. Don't ask me why I made you like this. Do what you have to do. Play your role. Okay? The righteous, don't tell me why I created you to be the righteous. You're the righteous, be the righteous. That's your role in the movie. Play your role. So it says here in Genesis 4 and 6, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? Why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Okay, so again, even Cain had the opportunity to do good. The Lord told him, if you do good, it's going to be well. If you don't do good, it's not going to be well with you. You're going to be a servant unto sin. But and ultimately, Cain. After that, what happened is that Cain went and killed his brother. Okay, but again, the Lord spoke to him before, like, yo, if you do good, it's gonna be good with you, man. But Cain did not accept. Can Cain say unto the Lord, why did you make me thus? That you put that spirit in me to go kill my brother? No, that was your role to play in that movie. The Lord knew exactly what you're gonna do, But again, it's as if He gave you the opportunity, a way out. Okay, but you didn't take it. You didn't take the opportunity. Rather, he chose to do wrong. He chose to do wickedly, and took away the life of his brother. Okay, so it says here, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of Him, and wisdom obtaining His love. So again, Cain was not showing a display of fear. Okay, first off, why was he rejected in the first place? Is because he didn't sacrifice the right things unto the Lord. Okay, the sacrifice of Abel was accepted because Abel did what was right in the sight of the Lord. He obeyed, he feared the Lord, and He offered what was acceptable unto the Lord. Rather, Cain did not. Okay? And again, they had the knowledge. Back then, the law, statutes, and commandments were oral. Okay? It was orally given. So they knew, they had the knowledge of good, what was good unto the Lord, pleasing unto the Lord. But Cain decided to do otherwise. He decided to go some other way. Okay? So he was not moving in the fear of the Lord. Okay? He was not moving in wisdom. It says, like it says, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him. So because Abel already feared and did what was pleasing unto the Lord, he got accepted. Okay? But Cain, in a sense, that spirit of fear and the spirit of wisdom was not in him. And that is why he was not accepted in the first place. And that is why, because he did not fear the Lord and he did not move in the spirit of wisdom, he went and killed his brother. Okay? So at the end of the day, before even being rejected, before even killing his brother, he was already not liked of the Lord, in a sense. Okay? The Lord rejected his offer because of his disobedience. Okay? Because of his disobedience, because he was not walking in the fear of the Lord. And that led unto him killing his brother because he was not walking in the fear, but rather in the lust, rather in jealousy, rather in anger and wrath. But again, it says wrath was not made for men. Okay? So it says here, Sirach 2:15, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word. Abel did not disobey the word of the Lord. He gave what was acceptable unto him. He sacrificed what was acceptable because he feared. Okay? But Cain did the opposite. Okay? So I'll read that again. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. So if you love the Lord, you will obey and you will walk in the ways of righteousness. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well, pleasing unto him. Cain did not fear the Lord. Cain did not love the Lord, and that is why he came with an abominable sacrifice, okay, unto him, and that is why he got rejected. But if you fear the Lord, if you're walking in the law, statutes, and commandments, if you're walking after Yahushua, that's why we push the importance of these things: walking in the fear, walking after Yahushua, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Because through those things, you may obtain the love of the Lord. Because at the end of the day, in the days of Jacob's trouble, in the days of destruction, that's what you need, man. The mercy and the love of the Lord, so that He may have mercy upon you and deliver you in the times of destruction. Because if you're not covered, in that time by His love, by His protection, if the eyes of the Lord are not upon you in the time of destruction, man, you might as well dig your own grave right now, man. Because you're not gonna make it. Okay. So it says here, they that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto Him, and they that love Him shall be filled with the law. Again, if you love the Lord, the law, statutes, and commandments are already going to be a thing that you're keeping just out of fear. Okay, and again, you're gonna read and instruct yourself on how to keep the law, to the best of your ability. Again, because we can't keep the law to 100%. Okay, on this side because of this flesh. But again, if you love the Lord, you will be filled with the law. So you're not going to commit adultery. You're not going to lie one to another. Okay, you're not going to covet. You're going to show brotherly love. Love worketh no ill against his neighbor. Okay. So again, Cain did not show the laws of the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua were not in Cain. It says wisdom cannot enter into a malicious soul. Cain already had a malicious soul. He already had like the thirst for blood. Okay? Alright? So the laws were not in him. It was nothing for him to go steal. It was nothing for him to go kill. It was nothing for him to even lie about it. Oh, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Even after he murdered his brother, he did not repent. He had no in his mind. It wasn't in his mind to repent from his action. In his mind, he thought he did what was right. Okay. So again, who has resisted the Lord's will? But rather, who are thou to say unto the Lord, why hast thou made me dust? The Lord created Cain to be wicked, and that's what he went to do. And now the Cain came back as Esau, Edom, and his people, okay, which have the same spirit. The spirit of the fear of the Lord, the spirit of wisdom is not in them. Okay, and because these people are in rulership, the wicked, the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. That is why the world is in the state of decay. Okay, this is why the foundations of the earth are shaken, are broken down, because the ruler is not fit for rulership, man. The one that is in rulership is not moving in the fear of the Lord. He is not moving in wisdom. Okay, so all that he can bring forth is destruction, death, and chaos. It says in Revelation, it says, "I've seen a red horse," which is Esau, because Esau Edom is red. Okay, so I seen a red horse, and a power was given unto him to take peace from earth. What is peace? Order, stability. Okay, that is why that's why Esau Edom, when he got into power from the time of the Greeks, from the time of Alexander the Great, even till this day, there is no peace on the earth, man. You look at the history of America, aka Babylon the Great. Okay, they've been at war they've been at war from the creation of that corporation. You know, because the United States is a corporation, man. So they've been at war with the world since the beginning of that corporation. Okay, because and that's their history: bloodshed, war. Okay, killing, murder, thievery, stealing. That's their MO. That's their history. That's what they're made to do. Okay, that's that bloody man. That's Cain all over again, man. Okay, but again it says what? They that fear the Lord will seek that is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. And that's why the rulers of this world do not push forth the law, statutes, and commandments. They do not walk in the fear of the Lord. They do not seek what is pleasing unto him. Why? Because they don't fear the Lord. Matter of fact, they even think that there is no power. The fool has said in his heart that there is no God. These people that are in rulership, they really believe that there's no God. They really think that it's just them. Okay? As it says, I sit alone as a queen. I am no widow. Esau Edom really think that he made it by his own self, without acknowledging that the Lord has put him in this position. Okay, to put the Israelites in punishment. Okay, to put the Israelites in timeout because we disobeyed. Okay. So it says here, they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in their sight. Okay. So again, Esau Edom is the most proud. He's not. There's not a humble bone in his body. Okay. He's not thinking about repenting. Okay. So like I said, when Cain killed Abel, he wasn't thinking about repenting. Okay. He was thinking that he was the man now. The fear of the Lord was far from him. Okay. It says here in Sirach 15:13, the Lord hated all abominations. They that fear the love, it's like they that fear the Most High love it not. So again, Cain loved abominations. Hence, he came with an abominable sacrifice, and then he killed his brother. He committed murder. Okay, that was abominable. Okay, the Lord hated all abominations. So at the end of the day, Esau Edom, Cain is the embodiment of things which the Lord hate. If you had there's a precept which says there are 6 things that the Lord does hate. If you could put an image to this verse, it would be the face of an Edomite. It would be the face of Cain and his descendants. Okay, the face of Cain, Esau, Edom, and his descendants. All right, the serpent that was in the garden. Okay, those would be the faces of those people. Okay, but again, the Lord hates abominations, and they that fear the Lord love it not. So again, that's 2 different kind of spirits. Okay, as it says, you can't. If you're in the world will hear its own. The world loves abominations. Why? Because the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. So the wicked are pushing for that vibration. As the ruler of the city is, so are the citizens that are in that city. So as the ruler is wicked, the people are wicked as well. Okay? There's another precept which says, if the ruler believeth in a lie, his people are wicked. All his people are wicked. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay? So it says here, before man is life and death, and whether him like it shall be given him. So if you love death, you're gonna find death. If you love life, you're gonna find life. As it says in Proverbs 8 in the last 2 chapters, he that loveth me, he that findeth me findeth life. okay, which is wisdom. If you find wisdom according to the wisdom that cometh from on high, from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you find life, okay. But if it says, he that sinneth against his own soul, and he that hated me loveth death, you know. And in Wisdom of Solomon, it says, they that love death do find it, okay. Okay, so that's the mindset. There's the two mindsets that are in the world, man. The spirit of truth and the spirit of error. If you're walking in the spirit of error, it's because you love death, and you will find death at the end of the day, because death can only generate death. But if you love life, if you love Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, if you love his ways, if you're walking in the fear of the Lord, you will find life, and life everlasting. Okay, because that's the end of our hope. This is the end of our faith, eternal salvation. This is the end of our faith, to obtain eternal life, to obtain rulership, to be the head and not the tail. Okay, to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai in his return. Okay, so it says here, I'll read that again. Before man is life and death, and whether him like it shall be given him. So if you love death, death will be given unto you, because you're doing the works that will lead. That's what it means. What you sow, the same shall you reap. The Most High is not mocked. Whatever you sow, the same shall you reap. So if you reap in the spirit, you're gonna reap everlasting life. But if you reap in the flesh, you're gonna reap corruption and decay and death. Okay. So it says here, for the wisdom of the Lord is great, and he is mighty in power, and beholdeth all things. So the Lord sees everything that we do, man. Okay. See, so he might allow you to do wickedness, but at the end of the day, it's for you to get judged. Okay. He will allow you to be wicked, but it's for your own destruction. Okay. So it says here, and his eyes are upon them that fear him, and he knoweth every work of man. So his eyes are upon those that fear him, those that do what is pleasing unto him, those that keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and are walking after Yahweh Shai. Okay, those that believe in the Lord. Okay, the eyes of the Lord are upon them. So in the time of Jacob's trouble, if the eyes of the Lord are upon you, you might, if the Lord has mercy upon you, you will be saved. You will be delivered. Okay, he will take you. You will not suffer the punishment of Babylon. You will not be partakers of the sins of this wicked place. Okay. So it says here, he had commanded no man to do wickedly. Okay, neither had he given any man license to sin. So when you break the law, statutes, and commandments, when you do wickedly, you're disobeying the Lord. You're breaking his commandments. You're sinning. The wages of sin is death. If you life and death, obedience and disobedience. If you love to disobey, you will be given unto death. If you love to obey, you will be given unto life. Okay, so it says here in James 1 and 12. Blessed is the man who endureth temptation, for he shall, for again, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. That in itself, if you endure temptation, if you overcome the wills of the devil, okay, if you're always thinking about spiritually, if you're always walking in the fear of the Lord, at the end of the day, you're blessed, because you're not reaping judgment upon yourself, but rather mercy and the love of the Lord. Okay. For when he is tried, he shall receive a crown of life. And that is our ultimate goal, to obtain that crown of life. Because once you get that crown, no one can take it away from you, man. All right? Endure until the end, the same shall be saved. That's what we want, man. Blessed is the man that endured temptation. If you endure until the end, the Lord will crown you. And these other people, the nations, everyone will have to see that, oh wow, this woman was really serving the Lord in truth and sincerity, and we mocked him, we abused him, we made fun of him. We made his life a living hell on this earth, and now we have to look at him, get his glory by the King of Kings, Yahweh Shai, and we have to bow down to him. We have to kiss the sole of his feet. That's how great of a blessing that is, man. That all the people that, as I say, I hate to quote this guy, but as Tupac said, vengeance is the next best thing next to getting pussy. And in a sense, that's the biggest "I told you so" moment in the world, man. When the elect are gonna get crowned, when the elect get beamed up from when the elect get beamed up out of the destruction, out of the chaos, out of all the destruction that is happening on the earth, the elect are gonna be beamed up in the face of our adversaries, and they're gonna have to acknowledge, wow, these guys were chosen of the Lord. These people were serving the Lord on this earth, and we despised them. We made their lives to live in hell, and we have to watch these guys come back in a glorious body, come back in the spiritual body. We have to submit ourselves to these guys, man. Imagine, man. You have to picture it. You have to see it, man. Okay? Because we're not doing this for nothing. We're doing this for reward. We're doing this for salvation. Again, we're doing this because we fear the Lord. The Lord has put it in our spirit to fear the Lord. The Lord has given us this knowledge and understanding that we may bring forth fruit. Okay? So again, back to the verse. I don't want to keep, keep it straight biblical, So James 1 and 2, but again, you have to have that vision. You have to see it, man. When these people bow down to thee, starting with Yahushua again, the 144,000 and those that were saved, the great multitude, okay? But these people will have to bow down, okay? They'll have to bow down to the Israelites, starting with Yahushua, and acknowledge that we were the servants of the Lord, that we are the sons of the Most High, okay? Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. So again, that all goes back into you loving the Lord. And how do you love the Lord? By fearing him. Okay, the first step of being accepted of the Lord is fearing him, and the Lord loveth those that have wisdom in them. Okay, wisdom is the first step to be accepted of the Lord. Okay, through wisdom you become a friend. It says in Wisdom of Solomon, wisdom maketh prophets and friends of the Lord. Okay, just as Abraham was counted a friend of the Lord. Okay, so by this wisdom, by having this knowledge and holding it fast till Yahushua comes back, it will make you a friend of the Lord. So in the time of destruction, don't you think that a friend would protect his friend? Okay, in the time of destruction, Yahushua, as a friend, as a big brother, as a father, he's going to come and deliver us out of that destruction. He's going to come and protect us because he loves us and we love him. Okay? So again, it says here, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. So again, that temptation doesn't come from us, man. It's like the temptation doesn't come from the Most High. Okay? It says what? But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust had conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Because the wages of sin is death. So at the end of the day, that's the chain of events. You are enticed because you're drawn by your own lust, and that starts in the mind. So if wickedness is already building up and starting starting to process in your mind, and then at the end it's gonna you think about it, and then you're gonna manifest it. So that's why you have to walk in the fear of the Lord, and the Lord has to be, you have to be filled with the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So whenever wickedness hops in your mind, you already cut it off at the root. You cut it off at the root and say, oh no, man, this is wicked, I can't do it. Oh, this woman has a husband, I can't look at her. I'll try to stay away from her because I don't want to be enticed into committing fornication. Okay, committing adultery. Okay, or I don't want to hang out with these guys too long because they smoke weed. They drink, and they speak folly. I don't want to be around them because they might cause me to sin. Okay, that's already in your mind. You're jumping over hurdles in your mind before you even commit the act. You're already fighting yourself in the mind because the battle starts internally. Okay, you're fighting yourself to walk in the fear of the Lord, because again, the flesh is contrary to the spirit, and the spirit is contrary to the flesh. So there's a constant conflict. There's always a conflict. Okay, but again, you cannot say that the Lord enticed you. The Lord made you to go off, because at the end of the day, it's you that made the decision to life and death is set before you. You made the decision to do wickedly, or you made the decision to walk in the fear of the Lord. Okay, so that's why you have to pray for the Lord to give you that spirit of discernment. Okay, to give you that spirit, you ask the Lord to give you the spirit, to give you the mind to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, you ask for the Lord to do that, man, Because again, everything comes from the Lord. So you ask Him to strengthen your spirit so that you may do what is right, that you may overcome the flesh. Okay, and again, if you ask for that, that comes with wisdom. Okay, because again, wisdom, because we all need wisdom to be accepted and loved of the Lord. Without wisdom, the Lord cannot love us, man. All right. So again, the end of the day, when lust had James 1:15, when the lust had conceived, so say it brings forth, okay, when lust is conceived in your mind, okay, so when you're fully persuaded in your mind to do the action of wickedness, now you do it. When sin is conceived, it's like when lust had conceived, it bringeth forth sin. That's when a woman gives birth and conceives a child, that the child of lust is sin. So again, when you bring it forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bring it forth death. So when you think about it and you start, and then you put in the work to commit that wickedness, and then when you're done with the wickedness, it bring it forth death. Why? Because you committed, you broke the law. Okay. And again, the law, there's certain punishments for depending on the offense that you have committed. There's sins that you commit unto death, and there's sins that you commit unto punishment. All right, but regardless, it's death, because the Lord is marking everything down, and then He's building up a tab. Okay, as it says, your works follow you. Okay, so the same way that your righteous work follow you, your wicked works follow you as well. Okay, as it says in Job, I believe it says, Esau Edom, his sins of his youth follow him. Okay, he's filled with the sins of his youth. So that goes from, like I said, from the serpent, from the serpent to Cain, to Esau Edom, to the elites of this day, man. Okay, the sins of their youth follow them, the works follow them, because again, it's the same spirit coming back in reincarnation. It's those same spirits. So every wickedness that they do, it follows after them, man. All right. So let me just move a little bit. Okay. Good. So as I was saying, the death, the wages of sin is death, right? So it says here in Romans 3:19, now we know that whatsoever thing the law said is said to them that are under the law, that every mouth may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before the Lord. Okay, before Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, everyone is guilty. Why? Because we can't keep the law to the fullness because of this flesh. Like I said before, the flesh is contrary to the spirit, and the spirit is contrary to the flesh. Okay, so like the spirit is contrary to the flesh, so there's a constant conflict, and again, it starts internally. Okay, so your mind, your flesh tells you to go off, and your spirit tells you to do right. So at the end of the day, whichever is strongest is going to overcome. But again, it says the just man falleth 7 times, but he get it back up. That's the difference between the righteous and the wicked. Okay, the just, he gets back up and he keeps walking. After he commits wickedness, he repents. Okay, and then he keeps walking after Yahweh Shai. It says, as it was in your mind to go astray from the Lord, being returned, seeking 10 times more. We are seeking those that fall. Once you fall, you commit sin. You still seeking the Lord, man. It's not like you drop the ball and you leave it there and you keep walking in your folly. Once you drop that ball, you pick it right back up and you keep moving, man. Okay? So I used to play football. You get hit, you do it, you fumble the ball, and then now you're looking at the ball like this, man. You're looking at it. They're not making, it's not in your mind to even go and pick it back up. It's a fumble. Pick up the ball and keep running for that touchdown. That's what we're doing in the street, man. Even if we fall down, we fumble that ball, once we have that the just man fall at 7 times, he get it back up. So once we fumble that ball, we come back to the Lord with a repentant spirit, with a repentant mind. Okay, we try to do better, man. We pick up that ball and we keep running for that touchdown, man. Okay, we're not just gonna fall down and not get back up, man. That's the problem with the world, man. They fall down and they stay down and they keep walking in their folly. Okay, but again, all mouth must be stopped before the Lord, because we cannot keep the law, statutes, and commandments to a perfection. And that's why Yahweh Shai is so important, because through him we have a way of salvation. We have a way to obtain mercy of the Lord. You know, through His blood, through His sacrifice, we have a way that we can get to the Father. Okay, no man can come to the Father but by me, as Yahweh said. Okay, so it says here, therefore by the deeds of the law there shall no flesh be justified in His sight, for by the law is the knowledge of sin. Okay, so through the law we know what not to do. Okay, so yeah, you know, there's a punishment for this, there's a punishment for that, but it says what? But it's through faith that we obtain salvation. Okay, man is saved not by faith, through grace. Man is saved through grace and not by works, lest any man should boast. Because if your works were able to get you to salvation, only your works, that would mean that Yahweh Shai died in vain. That would mean that you don't need Yahweh Shai. Okay, as it says, the physician, those that are whole need not a physician, but it says what? Our whole head is sick. Okay, we need Yahweh Shai. So if you don't acknowledge that you need Yahweh Shai, if you don't have faith in Yahweh Shai, it's as if you're spitting in the face of salvation. Okay, because He is the only way that you can obtain that salvation. There is no other name. Okay, there's no other name under heaven that you can call upon for that salvation. So if you already don't believe in Yahweh Shai, it says what? He that believeth not is condemned already. Okay, but he that believeth is not condemned. Okay, that's the difference. So it's not by law that we are saved, but faith without works is dead. Okay, do we then make void the law through faith? The Most High forbid. Yeah, we establish the law. The Most High forbid. We don't make void the law through faith. The laws are not done away with because Yahweh Shai died on the cross. Okay, we have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Yahweh Shai even said that if you want to enter into life, keep the commandments. All right, but that's a part of your works. Okay, that's a part of you showing your faith. Okay, if one said that he had faith without works, and I say I'll show you my faith by my works. Okay, you can't just say that you believe. You have to show that you believe by your works. Oh yeah, I believe in Yahweh Shai. And then it says, what did Yahweh Shai say? Why callest thou me Lord and do not the things that I tell you to do? What did Yahweh Shai tell us to do? To walk after Him and to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. To fear the Lord, man. Okay? That's what Yahweh Shai told us to do. But now you're going to call upon Yahweh Shai, but you're disobeying. It doesn't work like that, man. Okay? Because at the end of the day, it shows that you have no faith. Oh yeah, Lord, Lord, Lord. Many shall call me Lord, Lord in that day. And what did Yahweh Shai shall tell them? That turn back from me, ye workers of iniquity. I have never known you. Okay? Why? Because they don't obey. Okay? Okay? So it says here in Matthew 19 and 16, and behold, one cometh and said unto him, Good master, what shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? Yahushua said unto him, What do you call me good? There is none good but one, that is the Most High. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. The Christians, they tell you that the commandments are done away with. That's not, Yahushua just told them, if you want to enter into life, keep the commandments. But again, you have to know that you're not justified by the commandments. You have to have faith. The commandments is just to show that you believe. Okay? But how can you show that you believe if you have no works? That's the thing. So that's why Yahushua told them, if you want to enter into life, keep the commandments. Verse 20, the young man said unto him, All these things I have kept from my youth up, why like it yet? So again, that guy was trying to be a smartass. Okay? Just tell, yo, man, I kept the commandments. Yo, I don't commit adultery. I don't do fornication. I don't do this. I don't do that. Man, I'm good and clean. I'm squeaky clean, man. From my youth up, I've been keeping the law. I've been raised up in the law. I'm a real Israelite. You know, from the tribe of such and such. You know, from a youth. You know, I keep the law. The laws. All right, I'm about it. But it says here, and Yahushua said unto him, If thou would be perfect. So again, how do you come to perfection? Go and sell what thou hast and give to the poor, and thou shalt have a treasure in heaven. Come and follow me. That's how you're going to have perfection. You have to follow after Yahushua. You can't put the law, statutes, and commandments above Yahushua. Okay? You can't do that, man. Without Yahushua, you cannot obtain salvation. You cannot come to that perfection. You cannot come to a completeness. Okay, without Yahushua. For you to be perfect, you have to walk after Yahushua and keep the commandments. Okay, they go together. Okay, They go together. They both go together. Following after Yahushua and keeping the commandments. But following after Yahushua is greater than keeping the commandments. Okay? Yahushua is greater than the commandments. Because through Yahushua we can obtain salvation. Not through the commandments. Because we all, as it says, because of the law, the law maketh all guilty under the law, man. Okay? Galatians 2:16. Knowing that man is not justified by works of the law, but by the faith of Yahushua HaMashiach. So and that just clarifies everything that I said. You cannot be justified by the work of the law, but by the faith in Yahushua HaMashiach. Even we have believed in Yahushua HaMashiach, that we might be justified by faith of HaMashiach, and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified. So if you don't have Yahushua backing you up, if you don't walk after Yahushua, and you put your faith in the law, by knowing that we cannot keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you're guilty. Okay, you're guilty. You don't have the full puzzle. Your puzzle is not complete. You need to walk. You need to be for you to be delivered. You have to be justified by faith in Yahushua. Okay, so it says here in verse 21, I do not frustrate the grace of the Most High, for if righteousness come by the law, then Hamashiach is dead in vain. So, but Yahushua is not dead in vain, because it's through him that we keep the law. It's through him that we are delivered. Okay, so because if salvation came by the law, Yahushua wouldn't have to die. Yahushua wouldn't have to be a sacrifice for his sins. Okay, but again, that shows again that you need Yahushua. Okay, not Jesus. Not the so-called white man, not Buddha. Okay, you need Yahushua, which is a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. Okay, so it says here, and I'll close up with this, Hebrews 7:19. For the law made nothing perfect. If thou wilt be perfect, follow after me, as Yahushua said. The law make nothing perfect, but bringing in a better hope. But bringing in of a better hope did, by the which we are drawn nigh unto the Most High. Verse 22, by such was made Yahushua, but by so much was Yahushua made a surety of a better testament. And they truly were many priests, because they were not suffered to continue by reason of death. But this man Yahushua, because he continued forever, had an unchangeable priesthood, because Yahushua died on the cross, but he resurrected. He liveth forevermore. Now he's sitting at the right hand of the Father. Okay, so his priesthood never changed. What the priesthood of the Levites changed? Why? Because those priests, they died. These priests, they sinned. Okay, they sinned and they died. That's why they can continually minister to the Lord, man. But Yahushua, he lives forever, so his priesthood is unchangeable. It says here, verse 25, wherefore he is able also to save them that are they are also able to save them to the uttermost that come unto the Most High by him. You can only come to the Father by Yahushua, seeing he ever liveth to make intercession for them. So Yahushua is living while he's up there in the heavens. He's praying for us. He's making intercession for us, telling the Father that this man such and such is really for our turn. Such and such is a good servant. He's making an intercession for us to the Lord, and that's why in the time of judgment, you might obtain salvation, you might obtain mercy, because while you were here on this earth, you were walking in the fear of the Lord. You were doing what was pleasing unto Him. You were serving Him in truth and sincerity. All right. So again, the Lord is not going to be unrighteous to forget your deeds that you've done for this ministry. All right. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I would like to give our honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops, teaching and ruling well. Salutation, peace, and blessing to the hopeful elect. DTA, Abba Babal, Kwam Yashala. Until next lesson, Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.